I think I have reached an age of um, I don't want to fight it anymore. I'm just giving up to what works, and I don't care whether or not it looks pretty. I don't care whether or not it's just appealing to the eye. I just want things to work, and that's it. And I think that's what I'm at today. And I'm gonna share my thoughts on this and my experience, and hopefully it helps you. Because let me tell you something. I struggle with it quite a bit. I'm a big fan of the tools that you see above me. I'm a huge fan. I enjoy using them. I enjoy the way the build, the engineering behind it, performance, all of that. I just enjoy it. I don't know what it is. I think the first time that I fell in love with it was back in Cuba. Uh, I was given a book about antique firearms, and I read through that book in a day, and it was a thick book. And ever since then, I was just hook on everything. I mean, I funny thing enough is that when I got here to the U.S., I found the book and I bought it. Uh, and I have it. Um, but honestly, we have to come to an understanding that just because we like something, uh, we just can't stick with it at times because it becomes unaffordable, because it becomes a not performing the way that we need them to. Um, we can't handle it anymore because of weight, because of our age. Um, Things change, and one of the things that I have changed within me is, I just got tired of switching around and whatnot, and again, I often go to the range and I take different ones, just for fun. But I sat down and I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, Billy, it's enough is enough. You have to make a decision and stick with it, and use what you have without purchasing more, because you purchasing more, all you doing is just put it in a safe, and that's it. They're collecting dust. Uh, yes, you use it once a year. Yes, it will be passed on to your son, but at the end of the day, it's just sitting in there. I know it's a good investment. Don't get me wrong; it's a really good investment, but it's ultimately a tool. And now that you honestly bored with me blabbering, I'm just gonna come out and say that um, I don't like the way the Glocks look. I know a lot of folks will be like, "How dare you, Billy? They are the best guns in the world." I don't disagree with you. I agree with you. When it comes to function, you can't beat them. They go bang all the time. The way they look is a different story. However, I don't care how they look anymore. I honestly don't care. And that's why I titled this video, "You Cannot Go Wrong with This." If you are in a place like mine that you need something with a punch, if you don't want to carry a revolver that is heavy duty like a GP 100, a Ruger Rack Hog, a Super Rack Hog, or something like something hefty, because you need a round with a punch, I will suggest you to look into Glock. 10 millimeter is very, very common here in Alaska. Very, very common. We have used it for a long time. I put it back a lot of times because it's just like, eh. But I just got over it. Honestly, I just got over it because when it comes to it, I can find it anywhere here. It's very common. It gets the job done. Pars, magazines and everything. They are everywhere around here. Available online. I recently ordered some of the bottom plates for the Glock 29. That's the one that I have on me pretty much all the time now, with Buffalo bore rounds, 10 rounds. I know. Uh, it's a lot less than the full size, the Glock 20, which holds 15 rounds. But I do carry the Glock 20 when I'm in the field, chest rig and whatnot. But I got to that point, guys, that I was like, why keep fighting it when at the end of the day they just work? Whether you rather have a pretty thing on you that you don't even want to use it because you don't want to scratch it, or you want to have just a workhorse. I finally was like, you know what? I just want the workhorse. That's it. I just want things to work, and I don't want to worry about scratching. I don't want to worry about that. If I have to replace it, I don't have to spend $2,000 or $3,000 in a tool, because they really are not as expensive as the other ones. You see what I'm saying? And parts are plentiful. So you can't go wrong with a Glock. If you live in the low 48s, you probably own several Glock 19s. Are very common. I had one in Florida, but I got rid of it. Again, which is, perhaps youth. Let's blame it on youth. That you vain and you want to, just... I don't know. I'm excusing myself. I know. But I want everybody to follow this logic. It's not what is pretty. It's what works. It's what gets the job done. Forget about the pretty. In our world, pretty really doesn't matter. In our world, what matters is what actually works. And it works over and over. You see what I'm saying? So I want everybody to start focusing on that. I was pleasantly surprised the other day when I went to Walmart and I got the foot warmers and whatnot. I saw that they have the Savage. I think this is the Model 42, if I remember correctly. I saw it in there and I was like, whoa, they have it in here. And they started going down in prices. Now, I would say this. You have to do some things to it to make it where it's really accurate. And the thing is that how it comes is not optimum. You can't. I guess you could. You can get it out of the box and just use it. It just, the sides to me were horrible. So I needed to push it up. But once I got the rail and once I got the red dot, it became a tool that I use often. I'm not saying that you should not have a 1022. A 1022 is a must. But this is also a tool that I use often. And often because it's a breakdown and I just put it in the bag and I leave it in the back of the truck. At times, I forget that I have it. Some other times, I have put it inside my backpack and it just works. It fits perfectly fine in there. And the good thing is that I can just have a bag or, just a box of 22. And if I throw a couple of rounds, a couple of shells, not rounds, shells of 410, and it's pretty much one shot, one meal. I mean, you can get all fancy and get one of these things. And honestly, I got it. I put it in my shoulder bag, and let's be honest, I never got to use it because most of the time I just have it like this, and I put a few in my pocket. And when I need to get some, I get some, and I just get some, have it in my vest, and when I'm bam, 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 put it in there. When I take it out, I put it on the other side. I don't like throwing things, so I try to bring my shells back. I don't have a press or anything to reload for 10s. I wish I would have, but I don't have. I do have it for 20, but even the 20 hurts sometimes. That's what happens when you get old. But I want to bring that up to y'all. I want everybody to let me know, what changes have you made because you had to, not because you wanted to, because you had to. And have you got over that vanity of, I'm gonna carry my Kimber 1911 or my Cole 1911 or something fancier instead of a workhorse, a Glock that they work, but they're just ugly. And sometimes you can get over it. But have you changed your mind over the years? I think I got to that point now. I think I got to that point of, let's just go with what works and forget about the aesthetics. The one thing that I will also recommend for Glocks, this is something that I will encourage everybody to do. The Glocks, the sights that it comes with suck. It really, really suck. I don't know. I guess that's part of it. So if you can, step it up on that, it will help you greatly. That's one thing that I did. Other than that, I leave it just the way it is. I have got parts for it. I have plenty of Glock 20 magazines, plenty of Glock 29 magazine. In fact, behind me, they had some the other day, and I even got more. Don't need them, but I got more just to put away. Eventually, I would like all of us to have it. And the 10 mil is an efficient round here in our area for bear defense. So if it's good for bear defense with good ammo, anywhere else, I don't think two-legged creature is bigger than a bear. So maybe, but you know what I'm saying. If it works on a bear, yes, the ammo is a little bit more expensive than the 9 mil, but also has a lot more power. So something to consider. I just want to share that with you. Mistakes that I have made over the years, and you will not go wrong with a Glock, whatever choice you make. For Alaska, I would recommend you the Glock 20 and the Glock 29. I think you will be just fine. If you wanna just get one because you only can afford one, just go with the Glock 20. Go full size. We are an open carry state here, so you will not have a problem. If you want to have something more compact, because you have back issues or you just want to have something more compact, the Glock 29 will serve you right. Just remember, upgrade those sights because they're really not that good. Anyway, guys, let me know. Let me know what you have gone through. Let me know the changes that you have made over the years. Let me know if you use a 10 mil, whether or not you like it, whether or not it's not for you. I'm pretty sure that if you are in the low 48s, your choice is a 9. That's what I would do, honestly, price-wise. But just let me know in the comment section below. I hope you learned something from my mistakes. That not what is the saying goes. Beauty does not last forever. That's what I wanted to end it with. Beauty does not last forever, and definitely we have to go with what works, not just what looks pretty. Anyway, guys, I'll let you be. Thank you for being here with me today. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next one.